Greetings, good people. This is Friday's blog. I'm slightly out of kilter because it is late on Wednesday and I've got such a busy Thursday, Friday that I'm aware I might not be able to prepare it in advance. I'm just offering you some reflections now. I have come for my daily walk up the hill from Wells, and up here I found an old church that I sometimes come to, which is no longer in use due to COVID, but even before that it wasn't being greatly used. And I'm finding myself in the church graveyard, and next to me I am accompanied by Sister Snowdrops, who are gathering all over the place and putting their lovely little Christ bell heads above the ground and giving us great hope. Today I'm leading a quiet day for Trinity College on Franciscan spirituality. So can I just offer you my 3 brief reflections about poverty, celibacy and obedience that I'm offering to the students. Poverty very much is key to the Franciscan spirituality in following Jesus Christ, who, although he was rich, became poor for us. Francis would not carry any money in his pocket. He only received bread or other gifts for himself and his followers. He loved to be poor. In fact, he wrote a fantastic treatise on the embrace of Sister Bodily Death, whom he saw to be his last ever lover when he died. He knew that that would be the ultimate poverty, going into death. And today, I think we've much to learn from this, and maybe particularly to learn it in terms of being simple. Simplicity is a key term for Christians. We need to think how to live lighter on the planet, how our food sourcing is better sourced, how we are no longer going to pollute as badly as the previous generation, and maybe how we don't store up such riches on earth. If we're going to be Christ-like, we need to see simplicity as a key virtue. The second one is celibacy. Now, I know a Franciscan friar would therefore, by having the second knot on his belt, proclaim that he's going to live a celibate life. And what that means is he's going to be safe. In community, he will not be a predator. He will not be looking after another companion. He will welcome all people. I say he because I'm thinking of the First Order brothers, but of course it's for all people. There are orders of men and women. And celibacy today is a key virtue that the church stands by. We've just had a new document come out, Living in Love and Faith. And this document affirms the fact that we must be careful in our sexual relations, pure and committed to those we love. That is what makes for a safe people and a safe community. And the church should be able to lead in this way of being able to welcome all people. So purity is maybe how I interpret the modern day understanding of celibacy and faithfulness. The third one is obedience. Obedience is how we live our lives faithfully for Christ, how we keep to our rule of life so that we do what God has put us on the planet for. Our rule of life will of course be what we do daily, what we eat, how we exercise, how we pray, how we use our time, how we rest and exercise. But it will also have a monthly commitment as to what other things go in there, or termly or annually. One of my annual rules of life, of course, is to go on a retreat. One of my termly rules of life is to meet with my spiritual director and to review. One of my daily rules of life is to get up in the morning at a certain time, because otherwise I will sleep in too long. And there will be other things that we do. I wonder what's in your rule of life. It's always going to be missional, always pointing to Christ, always saying that Jesus is the one that we follow. And maybe we need to think about the obedience that we have to Christ in how we construct our rules of life. So folk, you've got me on a Franciscan day: poverty, celibacy and obedience. Purity, simplicity, purity and rules of life. Go well.